So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play the newest Spellbreak update made by the Elemental Fracture community. But I go over how to download the client and important commands you need to know, like how to actually play and start the game. So the very first thing you want to do is go to the Elemental Fracture website, which is currently lfrac.com. Download the installer, and once that's done, you want to run it and pick where you want the files to be saved and whatnot and let it do its thing. And once the installer is finished, you want to go to the folder which it was saved and click the game launcher.exe program. When you first do this, it's going to download the game as well as the launcher that we use as a community to play the game with each other. And it's honestly the easiest way of going about playing Spellbreak. After you're done with that, you want to click the launcher again, and then the Elemental Fracture launcher will pop up. You want to click start, and that will open up the game for you. Here, you want to enter a specific IP address that is found within the Elemental Fracture Discord. I highly recommend you join this Discord. Think of it as the North Star client for Titanfall 2, which if you didn't know, Titanfall 2 receives little to no help from its original creators in Respawn. However, it's a community-ran project where they've updated servers, added mods, and new game modes for others to enjoy. That's the Elemental Fracture community, but on a much smaller scale at the moment. Maybe it can grow and get the attentions of Microsoft/Activision Blizzard since they own this IP and make them realize, oh yeah, we do have a solid concept of a game on our hands. If they don't, then maybe another company could make a game similar to Spellbreak. But yeah, you should join the Elemental Fracture Discord to keep up to date with new patches and play in community events. Currently, we host mainly battle royales on Saturdays, and on Thursdays we hold like these mini games, TDMs, 1v1s, and just so much more other things like that we call hide and seek and whatnot. So feel free to join if you want to play some Spellbreak or just hang out and talk to people about the game or games that are similar to this one. Now, for most people, you will get like a warning saying, oh, this could be a virus. It's normal. I've had this software on my system for almost a year and a half now. Nothing's happened to it. There's tons of people from the Elemental Fracture Discord that's had it for over a year now. Nothing's happened to them. And I haven't had anyone tell me that their game or their system has crashed. Since just make sure that your system can handle it. I'll say if you have a 1660 Super or higher, your system should be able to handle Spellbreak. If you don't have a 1660 GPU, first things first, upgrade your system in general. Come on, man, we're living in the 21st century. It's 2025. Upgrade that dustbin. But yeah, if you don't have a GPU that's like a 1660 Super or higher, then yeah, you probably won't be able to run Spellbreak pretty well. Now, this is for people who are having trouble with the launcher. You can manually get the LFRAC update. It's a little bit more tricky. Basically, you want to download the base game here and then extract the file wherever you want it. And then after you extract the file, you want to go to the prereq folder, and then you want to run either the UE4 prereq 64 or 86, depending on what kind of operating system that you're using. For most people, it will be 64. You can check. So yeah, you want to run this prerequisite before running the game itself. So make sure you do that. And then after you're done, you come back to this website. You download the balance patches here. After you extract them, you want to copy these files here. And you get here by first going to the G3 folder, then the context, and then the packs. And then you just bring them over here. And now after you're done with all of that, you can come back here and you want to run the spellbreak.exe. This is actually the physical game. You double click that and you run it. And you'll know you did it correctly because you will see certain skins. You'll see these skins, basically. If you don't see these skins specifically, then you might have done something wrong. If you need any help, you can join the Elemental Fracture Discord. And some people might be able to help you. Especially if you like screen record your process. That would help as well, so people can see where you messed up. And once you enter the correct IP address, you're transported to Spawn Island. And this is where you want to enter certain commands, right? If you want to increase the bot difficulty, you want to hit this squiggly line that's usually on your keyboard to open up the command prompt. Here you can see certain codes like set bot difficulty. 1 is the easiest, 4 is the hardest, I believe. However, the most important command prompt here is start match. You really want to make sure you spell it out completely before you hit enter. You can go up and down. Just make sure that it's completely purple or whatever color that you may see on your screen. and that will begin the countdown. For TDMs or LTMs that we do, sometimes you want to pull up the map, and if you hold the letter T, just hold the letter T on your keyboard and then click on the map where you want to go. That will teleport you to a specific location. There are a bunch of other commands that are important too, like let's say you pick up a belt, because some of the belts, especially some of the purple and blue ones, sometimes you will prefer one perk over the other, and if that's the case, you can type in drop belt, drop amulet. It's really self-explanatory, and then you can pick up the one that you prefer. And if you do everything correctly, you should be able to play Spellbreak with other people. Again, be sure to join the Elemental Fracture Discord if you have any questions, or you just want to hang out with people, talk to them, play some Spellbreak, and have some fun. And apparently, I don't know how this happened, but they have the source code for the game, so they could possibly do some really cool stuff with Spellbreak in the future. They do have a Patreon, so feel free to support them. If you do, they will give you like a custom skin in game. It's just remodeling existing skins and cosmetics in the game, but it just goes a long way, especially if you want to see future updates of this game. I know I do. Now, when it comes to talents, you can mix and match them however you want. Typically, the talents that cost more are more valuable. Runic Fluency increases the amount of runes that you have. Basically, if you are really into movement, this is the talent that you will want to get. It costs 4 for a reason. In my opinion, Foresight's some cheeks. It's not really all that great, but hey, to each their own. Maybe you can make it look good. Ambidextrous is really good too, depending on like what offhand that you're playing with. It can come in clutch. Fellowship is okay. It's only really good if you're like in the duos and the trios. In solo play, it's also cheeks. Avoid Fellowship and Foresight, in my opinion, and you're good with everything else here. Vigor is really good, but I don't think it's worth the 4-point cost at all. Harmony is pretty nice though. That's one thing I will say. Harmony is really good, especially if you hate like CC. This is anti-CC, so Harmony is really nice. Vitality Stone, this is a troll pick. A lot of newbies play and use Vitality Stone, so to each their own. Vampiric is pretty nice too. Like if you're someone who likes to deal a lot of damage, you get HP back for all the damage you do. So if you're a heavy hitter, Vampiric is okay. Recovery is cool too. You just get passive healing. It's like a damage reduction over time. Fortitude is really good, especially if you're a Tempest or if you're like a really slippery individual. Fortitude could be very annoying to go against. You have Thirsty, which is good. It just speeds up what you drink. Scavenging is really nice as well. Think of it as like Siphon from Fortnite. Basically, with every elimination, you get HP back. Tough is just like free armor. It's nice. It's okay. If you play Stone Shaper, it's a nice little stack to have. Next, we have like the Spirit category, which I think is kind of like the weakest category currently in this version of Spellbreak. Dexterity can help a lot, especially if you notice that you're running out of mana a lot. Get Dexterity, especially if you're someone who likes to float a lot as well. Dexterity will come in clutch. Mystical just gives you more mana, which is nice as well, but I think Dexterity is just a better version of Mystical in my opinion. Spellslinger is also pretty nice too if you want to like rock multiple runes and gauntlets in your inventory. Wellspring is also good if you like to try to get like damage amplification as well. You're low-key being rewarded for having bad mana management with Wellspring, so it's an okay talent as well. And then you have Recklessness. This is perfect for people who want to do like glass cannon build. So basically, if you're someone who's doing everything in your power not to have armor, you get a lot of like damage output, especially if you play this with the Frostborn class. You're dangerous, but of course you got to be nice with it and actually hit your shots. When it comes to classes, just play each one as much as possible. For newcomers, I would say Pyromancer and Stone Shaper are really easy to learn and to get high rewards out of. Once you start getting used to the game a little bit, then you can mess around with a little bit of Conduit. Toxicologist is nice. Frostborn is also pretty good for people who like to snipe. If you're like a sniper type person, it's nice as well. And there's a lot of movement tech that you can do with Frostborn. And for the real daredevils, for the people who are like really nice at this game, Tempest, you're gonna love it. It has everything that you want: damage amplification, movement. Your main gauntlet will most likely be used as like support / utility, basically for movement. too much for damage. You can use it for damage, but you get most of the benefit for just using it for speed. Basically, you can jump and do cool tech with this gauntlet. As you can see here, you go up in the air. My my DPS is kind of high, and you can also like slide a little bit too. Let me lower my DPS real quick. Right, there you go. So yeah, you see the character can move, get a little bit of momentum, and if you increase the amount of mana you have, you can go really fast, especially with the correct runes. And speaking of runes, if you're a new player, Flight is probably going to be your favorite rune to use. It's really self-explanatory. Start getting hang of the game, I really do recommend getting what I call micro movement runes. Basically, shadow step here, the cooldown will be a lot less shorter, at least it should be. I don't know why they made shadow step a little bit high like this. If you use shadow step, you go invisible a little bit and you dash forward. It's really good with the toxicologist class. You have what we here called spring step. Dash is personally my favorite rune to use. You can really like break people's ankles with this rune. Hi there, this is Post Editing Kaizen. I also want to mention that there's a bunch of other runes that the community has added back into the game, like Gateway as well as Blink. You can use Blink. They even added some like cool effects to it to make it look a little bit different than it was previously. So there's just so much other things that they've added that I didn't show in this video, so feel free to explore and figure things out. But yeah, when it comes to gauntlets, Spellbreak can be like a really brawly kind of game, right? Where you can mix and match any gauntlets together and they can come out pretty well. There are some gauntlet combinations that will be pretty bad. Like for example, let's say you're playing either Frostborn or Conduit. On your offhand, you probably don't, let's say you're playing Frostborn, you probably don't want to play Lightning offhand, you know? If you're playing Conduit, you probably don't want to play Ice offhand. So yeah, basically the audio got cooked while I was explaining this. That's on my bad, horrible mixing. But basically the whole gist of what I'm trying to say is that you typically want to have at least one gauntlet that you can do damage up close with. Both the Ice Gauntlet and the Lightning Gauntlet aren't the best options for up close engagement. Some people who are really good at the game, they can make it work, but for the average gamer or even someone who's new at the game, it won't make sense to have both the Ice and the Lightning Gauntlet on both your hands. The only thing I will say is kind of funny is like Wind and Stone don't go too great together. Like the Wind Gauntlet in itself isn't a good offhand to use, but playing Tempest, the class, is good, but playing Wind offhand is a little bit trolly. If you are a new player, I will say that the Tox Gauntlet, which is more like a shotgun, like a vertical shotgun, that's pretty good. When it comes to offhand gauntlets, I would say Fire, Ice, Tox are good offhand gauntlets. Classes, any class is good. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer all of them in the comment section down below. And I hope to see you in the HoloLands. Later.